Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are taking a deep breath and plunging into the world of maximal human optimization.
A very deep breath.
Our mission is to take all this, overwhelming, often contradictory information about longevity, health span, and those just complex supplement protocols used by the titans of the field.
People like Peter Diamandis, Ray Kurzweil.
Exactly. And someone like Andrew Huberman with his scientific focus, and deliver you the essential blueprint.
In this deep dive, it's really guided by one core principle. Gaining knowledge quickly but thoroughly is what lets you be the CEO of your own health. That means understanding the foundational pillars first. You just can't jump to the precision tools these experts use without having the basics completely locked in. We're building a pyramid here, and the base, well, it matters most.
Okay, so let's start right there with the basics. When we talk about living longer, we really have to clarify what longer even means.
Right.
We have to distinguish between lifespan, so the total number of years you're alive, and health span.
And health span is the key. It's the number of years you live with vitality, free from chronic disease, with the ability to actually enjoy your life.
What's concerning is the current reality, right? In the U.S., the difference between those two numbers it's huge. It's roughly 17 years.
It's stark. If the average lifespan is, say, 79, the average health span often dips into the early 60s. That decade and a half of declining quality of life, that's the target. That's what everyone in longevity science wants to eliminate.
And if we look forward, the promise of eliminating that gap brings us to one of the most provocative concepts in the whole field, longevity escape velocity, or LEV.
Correct. LEV is the ultimate tipping point. It's this hypothetical future moment when scientific and medical progress extends your life by more than 1 year for every year that passes.
So for every year you live, science gives you more than a year back.
Exactly. Right now, for every year we live, medical science only adds about a quarter of a year to our future potential lifespan.
So we're currently losing the race, but why is there so much urgency among these futurists?
It's because of exponential technology. AI. The sources all indicate that the rate of progress is just accelerating because AI can process these massive biological data sets.
And Ray Kurzweil is famously optimistic about this.
Oh, extremely. He predicts we might hit LEV by the late 2020s. Others are a bit more conservative, maybe the mid-2030s. But for the high-level biohacker, the goal is just to optimize their system enough to survive until LEV is reached. That urgency is what drives these sometimes extreme protocols.
Okay, so let's look at what everyone agrees on, regardless of their budget or their LEV strategy. What are the non-negotiables? Because you hear about these $100 pills, but you can't just buy your way out of poor habits.
That's the absolute truth. You cannot supplement your way out of a poor foundation. The basic building blocks are paramount. Diet, sleep, exercise, and mindset. Get those wrong, and the most expensive molecules in the world won't fix it.
Within diet and exercise, it feels like the single most important focus right now is protein and muscle mass. We see Dr. Gabrielle Lyon's work, which really stresses that muscle is the organ of longevity. What does that mean in practical terms?
It means muscle is so much more than just what moves your body. It acts as this massive metabolic sink. It regulates your blood sugar, it helps control body composition, and it serves as a reservoir of amino acids for your immune system.
So if you lose muscle,
you lose your metabolic currency. It's that simple.
But this brings up a huge practical challenge. Dr. Lyon emphasizes this high protein requirement, at least 1.2 grams per kilogram a day, often aiming for 1 gram per pound of body weight. For someone trying to lose weight, that is incredibly hard to hit.
It creates a serious caloric restriction dilemma. If a 200-pound person needs 200 grams of protein, that's 800 calories right there.
Just from protein.
Right. And if they're aggressively cutting calories to, say, 1,500 total, that leaves only 700 for everything else.
Yeah.
Fats, carbs, fiber. It's very difficult to sustain. And the risk is you lose muscle, which just lowers your metabolism and sabotage the whole effort long term.
So if protein is the core building block, what is the best research supplement to support that muscle function?
That would be creatine monohydrate. It consistently tops the list for reliability and depth of the research. Its main job is supporting immediate strength and power by regenerating ATP in the muscles.
The energy currency of the cell.
Exactly.
And the interesting thing here is its dual function. It's not just for physical performance.
Not at all. Our sources noted significant research pointing to its neuroprotective and cognitive benefits. It's particularly helpful for women post-menopause, where it can support both strength and cognitive processing.
other foundational compound we see universally recommended is omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA.
They're critical, absolutely critical because of their potent anti-inflammatory effects. Inflammation is this silent driver of aging and disease, and omega-3s help manage that, supporting both heart and brain health.
And there's also that link to telomeres, right?
There is some tantalizing research linking higher omega-3 levels to longer telomeres, which are, a key marker of cellular longevity.
I find the contrast between our diet today and what our bodies evolved for just fascinating. The modern food system creates this severe imbalance of omega-3s to inflammatory omega-6s. Is that why supplementation is almost non-negotiable?
Precisely. It's so hard to eat enough fatty fish to correct that ratio, which leads to this chronic, low-grade inflammation. And the data is pretty clear. One study showed a group taking 4 grams of fish oil a day saw a significant increase in lean body mass and a decrease in fat mass.
Wow. That combination is tough to achieve.
Very tough with exercise alone.
And for those with dietary restrictions or, concerns about heavy metals in fish, the algae-based omega-3s are becoming the preferred route, aren't they?
They are. They bypass the fish entirely. They're often highly concentrated in DHA, and they tend to have lower levels of oxidation, which can be a real issue with traditional fish oils. It's a very clean pathway.
So we've covered the foundational habits: diet, sleep, exercise. But what if your foundation has inherent holes because of widespread nutritional deficiencies? You should probably patch those first.
Absolutely. The next layer is correcting critical deficiencies that just undermine basic cellular function. The 2 major targets are vitamin D and magnesium.
And we are talking about massive deficiency numbers here.
Massive. Something like 75% of Americans lack sufficient vitamin D.
And vitamin D is really more like a hormone than a vitamin, isn't it? It's involved in so much more than just bone health.
Oh yeah, it's vital for immune function, for mood, but fundamentally it regulates the expression of over 1,000 genes. 1,000. If your D levels are low, you are running thousands of critical processes inefficiently.
Now, a key point from the sources, and one that often gets missed, is pairing vitamin D with vitamin K2, especially at higher doses. Why is that synergy so critical?
This is a classic example of how nutrients interact, and it has a huge impact on longevity. When you take high-dose D, you dramatically increase calcium absorption.
Okay.
But if K2 is absent, that excess calcium can end up depositing in your arteries, leading to calcification or atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries. K2 is the traffic cop. Make sure that calcium goes into your bones and teeth and nowhere else.
That makes perfect sense. So D3 helps you absorb it, K2 tells it where to go. Okay, moving on to the second major deficiency, magnesium.
Magnesium is the crucial helper mineral. It's involved in over 300 enzyme reactions. And deficiency is incredibly common because our soil is often so depleted. For longevity, its importance is really in preventing inflammation.
That chronic, subtle inflammation that just speeds up aging.
Exactly.
And for targeted optimization, there are specific forms of magnesium for different goals, like sleep or cognition.
Precisely. Magnesium L-threonate is often highlighted because it can cross the blood-brain barrier more effectively. So it's particularly useful for supporting cognitive function, memory, and sleep quality.
Okay, before we get into the heavy-hitter molecules, let's talk about the elephant in the room: stress. I mean, if someone is maximizing everything else but living in a state of high cortisol, they're just undermining all their efforts.
This is where adaptogens come in, compounds that help the body adapt to stress. Ashwagandha is the standout. It's been used for millennia, and modern studies show it can reduce the stress hormone cortisol by around 20% and lower perceived stress by up to 40%.
And then there's L-theanine, which is often used more for cognitive enhancement and managing the effects of stimulants.
Right. L-theanine, usually in the 200 to 400 milligram range, promotes alpha brainwave activity. That state of relaxed focus, but without drowsiness. It's famously stacked with coffee because it takes the jittery, anxious edge off the caffeine while keeping the alertness.
Okay, now let's talk about the fuel for the engine. We need to get into the compounds central to cellular energy and DNA repair. NAD plus precursors. These are really at the heart of the longevity discussion.
NAD plus D. It's nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It's a central metabolic cofactor that basically every cell in your body needs. It's essential for generating energy in the mitochondria, repairing DNA, and critically for activating sirtuins.
Now, what exactly are sirtuins?
Think of them as the cellular quality control officers, or longevity genes, and they require NAD plus to function. The problem is our NAD plus levels decline sharply as we age, by up to 50% between our 40s and 60s.
Wow.
So precursors like NMN and NR or Niagen are used to replenish those declining stores, hopefully boosting mitochondrial function and cellular health.
So if NAD plus is the fuel, what's the booster? We always hear about pairing these precursors with resveratrol.
Well, resveratrol, that polyphenol from grape skins, is a sirtuin activator itself. So the strategy is to provide the NAD plus precursors, that's the fuel, and then use resveratrol as a separate activator to turn on the sirtuin with the engine. You're trying to maximize the effect of those longevity pathways.
That's a great transition from the common supplements to the highly aggressive, personalized protocols of the leading futurists. This is where things start to diverge, like, wildly.
Completely. I mean, let's look at Ray Kurzweil. His approach is one of aggressive intervention. He's famous for taking over 250 supplements daily, often in megadoses.
250 pills a day? How is that even? I mean, doesn't that introduce a massive risk of unforeseen interactions?
It raises serious questions for sure. Bioavailability, systemic stress, which is why his approach is so distinct. But it reflects his philosophy that human biology is outdated and we have to aggressively improve upon it.
And he uses prescription drugs too, right? Like metformin.
He does, primarily to manage blood sugar, but also for its broader implications in studies like the TAME study targeting aging with metformin.
And what are those implications?
Well, metformin has shown potential in labs to impact core aging pathways like cellular senescence zombie cells and autophagy, which is cellular self-cleaning. The TAME study is looking at whether this translates to reduced age-related disease in humans.
Beyond blood sugar, Kurzweil also focuses on anti-glycation supplements.
Right. Things like alpha-lipoic acid, carnosine, and acetylcarnitine. Glycation is basically sugar bonding to proteins and lipids, creating these things called AGEs that stiffen tissues and accelerate aging.
So he's trying to mitigate that damage.
Aggressively. And he also uses weekly chelation therapy to actively remove heavy metals from his system.
Okay, so contrast that really heavy supplement-focused method with someone like Peter Diamandis. His approach seems more targeted and includes pharmaceuticals.
Diamandis has referred to rapamycin as perhaps the most impactful longevity medicine right now. It's a prescription immune suppressant, a highly targeted pharmaceutical, not a broadside.
And what does rapamycin actually do in the cell?
It works by inhibiting a protein called mTOR. mTOR is the cell's master growth and nutrient sensor. When you inhibit mTOR, the cell shifts from a growth state to a repair and cleaning state, triggering autophagy. It basically mimics fasting at the cellular level.
That's fascinating. Shifting to antioxidants, there's an interesting difference in timing. We see N-acetylcysteine, or NAC, mentioned, a precursor to glutathione, but not everyone takes it every day.
That's the strategic nuance. P.D. Mangan, another prominent figure, uses NSE only occasionally when he's sick or stressed or fatigued. He avoids constant use because he believes it can interfere with hormesis.
Hormesis, what is that and what risk is he trying to avoid?
Hormesis is the idea that a little bit of stress is good for you. Exercise, for example, creates a small amount of oxidative stress, which signals the body to adapt and get stronger. That's the benefit.
Okay.
If you flood your system with high-dose antioxidants 24/7, you might blunt those necessary signals and actually reduce the full benefit of your training. It's a conscious, strategic choice.
And finally, we have the realm of hormone optimization, popularized by Andrew Huberman, with compounds designed to support natural testosterone levels.
Yes, his sources point to things like Tonkat Ali and Fidogia agrestis. These are becoming very popular, but it's critical to emphasize the caution he advises. They need more research, and you absolutely need individualized blood work before even thinking about a hormonal support protocol.
This all brings us to the future of longevity, which seems to be shifting from just supplementation to diagnostics. Peter Diamandis is really leading the charge on this.
This is the ultimate in precision medicine. The focus is on early detection before symptoms even appear, and Diamandis' centers report some striking examples. They find previously unknown cancers in 2% of seemingly healthy members. And that 70% of cardiac disease has no preceding symptoms at all.
That's terrifying, and it really underscores the need for this proactive testing. What's the cutting edge there?
A major focus is using AI overlays on cardiac scans to detect soft plaque in the arteries. This is a life-saving distinction. Traditional tests look for calcified plaque, which is hard and stable.
But soft plaque is the dangerous stuff.
It's the unstable stuff. It's lipid-rich and prone to rupturing, which is the immediate cause of most heart attacks. By detecting and treating that unstable soft plaque early, they are dramatically reducing cardiac risk. So as we wrap up, we've really covered the two paths to longevity. the foundational habits you control every day, and then the precision tools, the supplements, the drugs, the advanced diagnostics that let you optimize on top of that foundation.
And the essential lesson seems to be that individualization based on testing is absolutely key.
It is. Supplements are powerful helpers, but they will never replace disciplined sleep, movement, and a high-quality diet.
And what does this all mean for the future? I mean, Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, predicted that powerful AI could achieve 50 to 100 years of biological progress in the next 5 to 10 years.
By radically accelerating discoveries. Yeah, the idea that you could test a therapeutic on 1 million simulated human biologies in a matter of days instead of years, it's a paradigm shift.
So here's the final thought. What new foundational must-takes will emerge when human biology can be accurately simulated and optimized on a computer? That's the frontier we're rushing toward, and it requires you to be informed now to make that leap later.